All right, click the links to join channel here over at Subscribestar. Thanks to Vegan, LG, Renunciate, everyone else over there. So Disney's new globalist agenda, male Disney princesses and maybe female knights. Is America the Great Satan? Yeah, of course. That's not even an issue. We're gonna have to apologize to all those Middle Eastern dudes who've been calling America that for a long time. Yo, yeah, absolutely, buddy. We're firm agreement there. So Disney is pushing a not so secret big gay agenda. At least that was on their conference call, their shareholder investment meeting call, where they literally said those words. So here's the trick: you don't have to argue the merits of this case before this court of public opinion, because you're not trying to convince these filthy degenerate parasites, these demonic entities who are pushing this. You just have to say this isn't for you and your family. And I look at this and I talk to other people about this. People who are atheists or agnostic or just not very religious, and you're looking at this stuff and it's like it seems biblically evil, like supernaturally evil, where even people who are just hardcore scientific atheists looking around at this and going, I gotta kind of wonder. It just when things are so evil, it kind of makes you think like, is this just the human condition, or is there something deeper going on here? I don't know. Anyway, so you've got different values than Disney. If you're like you fully have the spark of humanity in you, then yes, you have different. What does it say? The banality of evil is just sitting back to allow things to happen, and you go, it's not my kid, it's not my tribe. It's like, yeah, but it's somebody's kid, and they might not have the strong family structure that you have to be able to resist the machinations of evil like this. It's somebody's kid that they're doing this to. Somebody's kid is getting their testicles removed or a elective double mastectomy. It's like it's happening to somebody's kid, and that misery that they're going to experience 10 years in the future when they meet the right person and they do, oh, kind of wish I could breastfeed my kids or have kids because now I don't produce any sperm cells. It's, huh. Yeah, that's happening. That's happening to a real person just because they're on the opposite side of the political aisle. It's like it's still a human tragedy whether or not they vote D or vote R. Anyway, so you have different values than these sulfur smelling demons, and the goal is just to bring awareness of Disney global homogenization degeneracy, and allow people who are on the fence to make a decision about do you want Disney to groom your kids, because that's what it is. Kids are very very susceptible. You were a kid once too. If the teacher during the summer months drives up on a 125cc dirt bike, then I guarantee you that next summer the boys are going to be remarkably focused on trying to get a dirt bike, because that's how kids are impressionable and they're programmed very early. It's true. All this rainbow stuff. I will say though that this stuff is so heavy-handed that it might. I mean, it's so over the top. It might start. It might have the opposite effect. Um, the thing is, nowadays you've got social media like Gab and Tell. I mean, you have alt social media, based alt social media. So, yeah, I don't know. So anyway, the thing is, the goal is to bring awareness of this to people who are on the fence, so they can make a decision about: do you want Disney to groom your kids? Because maybe they're not aware of a lot of this terminology. So Disney grooming kids. Yeah, of course they're grooming kids. Where did you think this is going? And the real question is, where do you think this stops? Because there is nothing in place to stop this. There's no structure, and everyone wants the external messiah figure to come down, like some politician. I look around the politicians. You can do this too. Point to the politician who you think is going to step up and stop, like really really go to the heart of this issue. That's zero. There are no politicians who are going to go to the heart of the issue. Maybe 40 years ago, there was enough of a base Christian nationalist crowd that could get people fired up, but that's all gone now, because slowly globalist media has made TV the new god and made Christianity uncool. And I look back at movies now during our generation. Of, I only speak specifically to our generation of like Footloose, The Karate Kid, Revenge of the Nerds, those kind of movies. Look at the protagonist, the antagonist. At least in those two of those movies, the bad guys are all blonde and the good guys are all dark haired. And in Footloose, it's like a small, quiet, functioning town. It's a little bit religious, but everything's working right. It's a happy little town. And then this representative of big city degeneracy comes and introduces degeneracy to a small town. And I will look back at those movies now, like 30, 40 years later, and realize, oh man, that's what propaganda is. That's what anti-nation propaganda is, anti-Christian propaganda, anti-blonde propaganda, anti-white propaganda. Yeah, that's Karate Kid, Revenge of the Nerds. Go back and watch those two movies. Look at the symbology of the hair color. God, aren't those blonde people so scary? Yeah, it's weird how Hollywood really seems to. Anyway, so TV now is Moloch, and people are learning that it's actually biblically evil, and it's a runaway train. There's absolutely nothing on the horizon to stop where this is going. I mean, they're already grooming kids in schools and surgically removing body parts. How much worse does it get than that? Do you want to? Well, you're going to see it. You're going to live to see it because nothing's going to stop this. And I mean, the solution to all this is not the external Messiah; it's the person in the mirror. And it's like, oh no, if we get up and do something, we'll be called feds by our own side. If you peacefully protest and wear a mask, your own side will call you fed. It's like, isn't that just crabs in a bucket? No, you don't understand. They're feds. By peacefully protesting, like literally First Amendment, constitutional founding father stuff. The founding fathers who also maintained anonymity. Yeah, they were feds too when they dressed up like Indians and they wrote anonymous letters and they met in secret. Yeah, founding. You just don't want to get off the couch to do anything, do you? Anyway, so yeah, they're already grooming kids in schools and surgically removing body parts. How much worse does it get than that? I mean, are they literally going to build a mock-up of Moloch? Or are they going to summon an actual anthropomorphic demonic figure, like actually open the portals to hell with a wormhole or something at CERN and bring forth demons? I don't know, maybe. I mean, it's not as implausible as it, I mean, it's pretty implausible, but it's not as implausible as it was like 40 years ago. So after you sterilize children, at that point, nothing matters. You might as well just have a civil war and get the whole thing over with because there's nothing more. I mean, what worse can you do to an enemy than that, than sterilizing kids and making destroying the future generation? So grooming kids is pretty much a sign that the nation is just ready at that flashpoint. It's just so unstable that it deserves to be deconstructed, constitutionally speaking, and reconstructed along different lines because it's gone way too off track to save it. You can't turn it around. At this point, you kind of have to cleanse the whole structure, excise all the damaged materials, and cleanse it with. Anyway, so after over the years, Disney has taken a new path into this big, gay, global homogenization, and they do this by grooming kids. That's what this is. Kids are susceptible. This is grooming. Whether it's good or bad, and they show this meme on Twitter of what is it? Kids, little girls, like the John Benet Baranzi stuff, where they dress them up like adults in like bikinis and they do their hair and makeup, and they go, "This is grooming kids too," and we're all looking at them like, "Yes, you're right. Ban it all." They go, "Fascists." No. We agree with you. You can ban all that too. What about girls under 18 getting boob jobs? Ban that also. We're in total agreement with you. All of that is degeneracy. All that, what are they called? Beauty pageants for kids. Yeah. I'm sure they're not all nefarious like that, but you can just go ahead and ban that. Yeah, we don't need that kind of stuff or beauty pageants at all. If you wanted to ban all that stuff in your state, yeah, hey, no problem here, no argument here. If the pendulum needs to swing back a little too far into Christian nationalism or something along those lines, or paganism, or like some kind of based structure, that's fine. You can let it swing. It'll bounce out in the middle eventually. But like if you want to go through have different states set up different structures, yeah, for sure. Beauty pageants for kids, yeah, that is fucking degenerate. Or 16-year-olds getting boob jobs, please, by all means. That's just commercial nation. USA also. Anyway, whether this is good or bad is sort of a moot point. I think of it more as like, does it meet your values or not? And when you say that, they immediately strawman the argument and try to gaslight you into a position that is not what you can clearly see before you. We see what they're doing to kids. Like, we can see this. They're not shy about it. Basically, these are demon worshippers who were sacrificing the souls of children to Moloch. Figuratively, literally, I'm not even sure at this point. So they have a man in a dress who brings the kids to the Disney shop for their Disney princess makeover, which is going to end up costing you a lot of money. And Disney has done some other things also. They changed the greeting from ladies and gentlemen, which is kind of weird because what other options are there than ladies and gentlemen? But oh, I don't identify as like a whatever, but you still are. That's the thing about reality. The universe doesn't cease to exist when you close your eyes. So here's the thing, the whole cross-dressing thing could actually be harmless if it wasn't followed up by doctors giving kids cross-sex hormones, puberty blockers, and then using surgery to remove the mammary glands or testicles. Because that's all actually it doesn't happen at under 18. It's not even a thing. And you point to examples. Like there's a famous example on YouTube. I believe a person named Jazz, I forget his name, is on YouTube who had that happen to him, and he doesn't look like he's happy with the results of what his mom has done to him, and that's on I think the Learning Channel. Oh, that is some deep Weimar stuff. Yeah, it's deep where you're just in it right now. Living through 1984, even Orwell could not have imagined this kind of thing. So no, this stuff isn't harmless because the next step of this is puberty blockers, cross-sex hormone, and then elective surgery to remove functioning body parts. That's kind of insane. Yeah, it's insane. So sometimes I can't believe that we're actually living through Weimar. But anyway, so this gender bending stuff has got real world consequences because they actually are mutilating kids. What was it like 30 years ago? This is almost unheard of. You look at the clinics. I think there was like 30, 40 years ago. And you look at now, it's like, oh, and there's like 50 or something. And you go, this is a massively growing industry. How much money is flowing through this? Oh, billions of dollars. So these sociopathic doctors are just cashing in on this. Like, oh yeah, you want to give your kid cross-sex hormones, puberty blockers, and they're under 18. That's like causes permanent changes on the kid, right? And it's almost certainly going to affect fertility, but it permanently affects the growth. Yeah. I mean, do no harm? Was it Hercules or no? Oh shit, who's the god of the doctors? The Greek guy with the serpent around the. It wasn't Hercules. The doctor guy said, "Do no harm." Right? First, do no harm. I don't know. You get the point. Like, seems like if you're removing healthy body parts, that's clearly doing harm. Well, it's legal. Yeah, we're gonna have a great reset. Yes, you're right. There's gonna be a great upset. Yes, there's going to be a great reset. What everyone thinks it's going to go in their direction. It's like, well, we'll see. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks to everyone's support over on Subscribestar and the various other links. And I will see you guys all next episode.